Thank you. Well, the first session was great also because it introduced a lot of topics that I'm going to talk about. We will move a step forward and put these things into practice, especially insights that might interest you as handlers and veterinarians. The first part, this one, it's sort of, well, you were properly stressed with stress in the first session. You will get more stress in here. So it's kind of the theory behind what I want to discuss in the second session. That will be just practical. We will watch video and comments on the video together. What's wrong, what's right, and what could have been done differently. So that said, we have talked about this like during the first session, like you have talked extensively about this. Stress is not always a bad thing. That is, first of all, stress is any time that the homeostasis, the balance of your body's change, you need to respond and bring it back to the normal range. So this is when you activate the stress control, the stress response. One thing that is very important, again, as I was saying before, like behavior is not out of the blue. When something happens, always stop and think with your dog. Like, what is the motivation for this behavior? Why is activating this response? And what is the context? What is in the environment that is causing this response? So there is the activation of the stress response. As we were saying, if you take an action, in pretty rapid action, fast action, you will take the stress response short. So you are not really going to have long-term consequences on the dog. When the response is chronically activated or is too intense, then it becomes distress. It becomes something negative. Distress is something that our dogs, domestic dogs, they experience a lot. It's not like humans. It cannot be the same as humans. We tend to make a lot of parallels. But let's say I have an argument with someone. I'm discussing about, I don't know, next term elections. And I'm the one that when I get very excited, you will see all my coconut ear become blotchy and my vein, so this is when I say, okay, you know what, I just need to walk out, I will relax a little bit, and then I will come back and we can talk about this. Dogs cannot do this. We decide for them, then they have to stay here and now and face this. Just this video. So this is from a shelter. So you see the paw of the dog was raised. The wagging, barking, again, paw raised. You might say, oh, this dog wants attention probably. So let's see if someone, because there were people, other dogs. So it's aroused. We know that in some way. So someone went and see what happened when he approached the cage. Oral behavior, sleep leaking. The dog is moving backwards. The ears go back, again, lip leaking. So maybe this dog is not so sure about someone coming. Maybe it was not really an attention-seeking behavior. Maybe he's aroused by the environment. There are a lot of dog barkings, people walking. So does that mean that we don't have to touch this dog? No. But probably instead of opening the cage and try to grab the dog, we open the cage, we give the possibility to the dog to come out of the cage. So the second session is going to be just watching in practice what we saw during the first session. So it's kind of more fun. At the beginning, I thought to use real dogs, your dogs, but then I thought that probably a better learning experience for everybody if we can all see very well, watch very well what is happening. So any comment about what we see is not directed in any way to the person, like I just want to discuss what is happening and what we could have done better. So this is what classically it will be called a happy dog at the vet. This is one of our patients.
The toy he loves. Yeah. I mean, after I saw all the things that they removed from his stomach, I was like, maybe we don't want to give him some of our kind of weak toys.
That's why I asked before I put it.
I'm sure he could have them. Is he fine?
And
His skin looks better than I
and
expected.
he could not care less about the food. Like he wants his toy. And the cheese on the ground on the floor.
Do you think they really are holding him down for 30 minutes at a time until he calms down?
Four.
Yes.
Well, 30 to 44.
Yes.
I have a pet partner.
Okay, it's more of the same. So what is the response? Well, first of all, this is a dog that is presented to our clinic, so it has probably a behavior problem. However, this dog today is so happy to see the vet, which he doesn't even know. This dog doesn't know us. That he's continuously playing with his toy. It's a party. It's an amusement park, the vet. This might be one interpretation. Or what is this dog doing? Displacement. Perfect. So this dog is like, okay, give me something to do because I really cannot stand the situation. So we have dogs that bark continuously. They bark, and pace, and until you toss a ball, they grab the ball in their mouth and they stay with the ball. Or we have dogs like this. You give them the toy and they do like this. Classical example, like someone is coming home and your dog goes and grabs the toy and it does all this and is so happy to see the person. It might be if someone that he likes, and especially if he goes. If this dog would have come to me with the toy and say, let's play tag, this might have been a possibility. But this dog is staying by himself, shaking that thing continuously.